Good evening to everyone. Good evening. Good evening. As you come, just indicate so I can greet you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever your time zone is. I'm delighted to have you here. So as you come, just indicate so I can greet you. It's 7 o'clock as I promised I was going to be live. So it's 7 o'clock. So I would not want to waste much of your time. As you come, just indicate so in the comment section so I can welcome you. It's a session of live broadcast that is going to kind of change our mindsets and also give us a better relationship with the people we have in our lives. So that's the more reason I decided that I should bring up this topic, because when I go about, my daily life, I meet things that are connected to this topic. I said I should bring it, and why not make it a content so we can talk about it. So as you come, as we normally do, just indicate in the comment section so I can greet you. I'll be pleased to have people here for the first time that I've not been seeing, so I can always welcome you. You are not in the wrong place. You always benefit something from here as you come. It's a live broadcast where we kind of uplift each other and try to improve on our day-to-day life. So it's not a place where we body shame each other or kind of say things that are not motivative to each other. So as you come, like I said, just indicate in the comment section so I can welcome you, I can greet you. I'm happy to have you all here. We thank God for giving us another opportunity of seeing this day. So as you can see in the comment section, as you can see, the topic we are going to discuss here today is comparing in relationships. So I had to put it in this I had to give it this title because I would like to broaden our perspective on other sections where I will have to pick other kind of scenarios and talk about it. So we'll be able to examine our own lives and see if actually we are doing the right thing. Sometimes we think every parent, like I say, I'll give relationship with parents and children. I'll give the one in marriage. I'll give normal kind of relationship where you have a relationship, you try to see. So the more reason we are here is talking about, you see, a circumstance where you can, like a setup where you can compare what is going on in your house and you see the other house and you try to want to relate it to your own. And we'll have to broaden our knowledge to kind of see if it's going to work in that. Sometimes it might be an inspiration, but not something you should kind of work as a manual in your own home. So I'm still waiting for you to connect and so I can start. It's a lovely day. We thank God for an opportunity like this. Agbo Joel, you are welcome to the live. You are the first to be here, so I'm privileged to have you here. So our topic is comparing relationships. So that's what we are going to be talking about. Please share to your contacts so your friends, your families can be able to have this knowledge we are going to have here today. So it's not it's something that affects us daily, and I decided to bring it up so we can talk about it and see where we stand in our relationships. Then we'll be able to know whether we are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. So like I said, I'm a life coach. My name is Patience Ashu Egbe. I'm a Cameroonian living in Ireland. I'm your life coach. As much as I come here to talk about certain things, I'm not perfect. I'm also a learner. As much as I would like to teach certain things, I also would like to learn from you people. I respect you people. Agbonjang, welcome to the live. My brother, happy to see you here. So all the Agbos are here today. So our flag is up, so keep moving. Like I said, today we are talking about comparing in relationships. I decided to give this topic, this title, because I would want us to go into different domains and understand how we can deal with these things without kind of putting ourselves into frustration. So that's why I chose this topic. It's a kind of broad topic because you are comparing in relationships. I just came across some videos that made me to bring this topic up and said, okay, it's high time we talk about it. Is it really actually normal to compare in relationships? So as long as we go, like I talk about it down the line, you'll be able to see where you stand, whether you are doing the right thing or you've not been doing the right thing. So please share to your contacts so they can also have an opportunity of benefiting from this topic. So we are talking about comparing in relationships. It can be a father, a home setting where you see children are the ones comparing maybe their parents with other parents, achievements or things like that. It can still be parents comparing their children with what they see other children doing. And like in the African context, it's mostly, you mostly see parents who want to compare their children with other, maybe children in other families, because, you know, when it has to do with academic performances, we have this African mentality that we don't groom our children our own way, but we want to compare them. And sometimes it affects these children because they kind of feel like they can't meet up with that standard in a negative way. You know, the way we correct them will negatively affect them. And you see, maybe your family circumstance might not be, you might come from a poor family, and you don't want to accept as a child that your parents just bringing you to life, having you as a kid, is something you should appreciate. You see some children back home. I remember when I was in secondary school in JHS Limbe, I had this friend, a girlfriend. You know, some children are not who they are. And I don't know what causes. You are welcome to the life. So you see, it's always good for us parents to try to train our children. Talk to your children about yourself, how you grew. Let them know life from you, how things happened, and if there's anything you see that did not happen in your own life, or something that you understood from your parents that it was a good thing that gave you growth, you can also impact in the lives of your children. And if you see that there are things that affected you emotionally or kind of physically that involve maybe neglect or abuse, you can try now to make sure that it doesn't happen in your children's life. Maybe the way you are grooming your children, you should try not to bring, like, kind of pass down that negative treatment that was given to you onto your children. You see, it makes your children grow better than you. As it said in the Bible, we must be better than our children. So the more reason I want to give this kind of scenario, what happened when I was in school. We used to have this girl. She will come, you know, Limbe, I'm sorry about those who don't know Cameroon, but I'm just trying to give an example. Where I was schooling, secondary school, there was this girl that if you saw her, you would think she's very, very, coming from a very wealthy home. The way she was presenting herself, she was full of lies. She will make you feel that, Austin Scott, you are welcome to the live. Please share to as many people in your contact so we can kind of share in this conversation. There's a number there that I would like you to call. It's a WhatsApp number. When you are, when I finish my own talking, you can always call and give your own contribution. and your own aspects, how your point of view, and what we also can learn from it. Thank you. I'm just, by God's grace. So this girl, you know, she was very intimidating the way she was presenting herself. You know, if you are not what you are, you don't feel relaxed in your expression. You want to intimidate people. You want to make people know that you know, you have a kind of position that people don't want. You want to force yourself into people. So this was the character that this girl, this was the behavior she was portraying to us. So somebody like me coming from Lynn Achiri, you are welcome to the live. Please share to your friends so they can also benefit from this topic. So somebody like me coming from Kumba to come and study in Limbe, I did not actually, you know, it's not somebody I have grown to know. We just come and meet, and it was a day school. So this girl was presenting herself as if she was too much. I don't know where she was actually getting the money. So it was kind of like a break. Margaret Edimo, you're welcome to the live. Rachel, Sister Rachel, you're welcome to the live. Sister Margaret, you're welcome. Please share to as many people. Sister Lynn, you people should share. Ekane, please. Brother Ekane, Brother Austin, all of you, please. Mr. Agbo, all of you should share, because this topic is going to affect us no matter how what circumstance we find ourselves in relationships. There are aspects that, there are things that we do that when we listen to this live session to the end, we kind of see where we stand. We might be adults, but we don't know that we carry these behaviors that are not actually good with us, that is affecting others. So this lady, what happened is she too was also from Southwest, but she was renting an apartment or a room in the town and then coming to school. So she was kind of like a big girl. You know those big girls that you see at that age where we were in, I would say I was in Form 5, but this girl was already renting. So she was kind of exposed to an extent. So we never knew, you know, we don't really used to discuss to that extent because she was very intimidating. So her mother was the one coming. You see, she was just a buy and sell. So there was this arrangement between she and her mom that the mom will come on a Saturday. She will bring stuffs to her and then give her her pocket allowance. So that's what has been happening. Thank you, Sister Rachel. That's what has been happening. You know, that has been the relationship between herself and her mom, which we never knew. So it's like something came up. The mother could not come weekend. The mother had to come on a Monday. Behold, my dear brothers and sisters, this is a woman that came to school under her son. Do you know that Hamatan, how January is very hot, January, February? This woman came under a blazing sun with big mukuta bag, this raffia bag. There was, you know, she just came through the school gate. For those who know GHS Limbe, she brought in that mukuta, in that raffia bag, there was plantain that she had cut from the stem. You know, the big stem, she had like cut it into fingers, put cocoyams, green, cocky corn. These were the content in that bag. And then she had the girl's pocket allowance. So we were on break. You can imagine how break time is in school. Children are just running. People are doing all kinds of sports. This woman just came into the school gate with those things and was looking for her daughter because she was not going to be there. So she had to drop those things to her daughter in school. And that daughter had warned her never to pass close to the school. So behold, this woman, I was the person that was just around the gate. I just went to buy Alaska because they were not allowing Alaskas to come inside. So I had to stay by the gate to get that Alaska. I saw the woman. She just called me, my daughter, come, how are you? Good a thing she was referring to somebody that knows her daughter. She told me that I am this, and this. Do you know this girl? She's in this class. I am the mother. I could not believe it. You know what a child has been telling you that is not hers. She used to, she would take her, she used to consider her, represent her auntie to us as the mother. So there was that was the only aunt she could allow to come to the staff room to ask for her. And the aunt, we used to see the aunt as the mother. So when this woman came that day, she told me, I'm looking for my daughter. Then I knew the girl's daughter, so I couldn't just believe that. I couldn't just relate that it could be the daughter, but you could see the resemblance. Then I said, is she your daughter? I asked, Mama, is she your daughter? She said, yes. That is my second daughter. I asked her, your biological daughter. She said, yes. That mama was wearing kaba. You know this buy and sell kind of attire. She had her sandals. You could see dust on her leg. She was coming maybe from these Bakundu areas. You know the dust. This woman came with plaits on her head. I told her, Mama, I made her to come inside. I told her to wait around the staff room. I went to call that girl. I told that girl, somebody is looking for you. I don't know, maybe she suspected that it could be her mom. You know this relationship instinct. She asked me, who is there looking for me? I said, she said she's your mom. Immediately, that girl started shrinking. That girl started shrinking because she had impersonified her own mom to somebody else. So when I followed her there, because she could not tell me go, because I wanted to see her reaction. 2 other of our friends were coming. From a distance, she just started walking faster to meet her mom. My dear brothers and sisters, this girl warned her mom, screamed at her mom. Did I not? She never even welcomed her. She just started shouting at her. Did I not tell you never to pass to this school? What brought you here? Do you want to disgrace me? I've told you not to come. I'm telling you. We just walked, 3 of us walked to her and told her that, is this your mom? You are refusing. You are denying your mom in broad daylight. You cannot even say, welcome, mommy. Look at the food the mother has brought for you. The mother just took one of the cookie corn. We were hungry students now, and she gave us, we just opened them, we were eating. The girl was so, we talked to her, she just started crying. We told her to apologize to her mom. As young as we were, we didn't even know. We were telling her, God is going to punish you. She just went down on her knees and I said, accept your mom. My mom too used to come to school because we were living in Kumba. My mom used to come to school to give me my own things. I didn't even see that my mom was a beautiful woman. Every mother is beautiful in the eyes of the children, of the child or children. So when my mom came, it was not because of who my mom was. That was because of her position, or she was a nurse. She had her way. She was kind of, but just the fact that it's your mother coming to school gave me all kinds of emotions in me that everybody, when my mother was coming, everybody would come and greet my mother because that excitement, because I was living with my uncle. So I could display when my mom comes, everybody will know that, no, her mom has come. All the goodies we will share and we not even take it to the house. Except maybe when she goes to the house, sometimes she will come when it's last period, then we go to the house. But to cut long story short, it was an eye-opener to me. I could not believe that somebody could refuse her own biological mom just because the mother did not have. So this is what I'm saying, comparing in relationships. There are people today who are not happy that they are coming from a poor home or a poor background. And what is poverty about? It's a mindset. It's not about the physical things we see. Mentally, you can change your perspective of who you want to be and become it. Because when you carry it that you are poor, you want to blame your parents for the best they have given you. I know we all know some parents are negligent, but for a parent that you have been able to, you know your parent, how they toil, how she toiled the soil just to send you people to school. And you don't want to acknowledge it because she is not in a position where you are seeing your other friends and you think she was supposed to be in that. You have not. So the lesson in this section I'm talking about is to always try to take time to understand. Brad Justus, you are welcome to the live. Share, please, share to your friends. It's always good to take it that, okay, this is my father, this is my mother. Have a close relationship with your parents, or parents. Always let your children know who you are, where you're coming from, what has been your challenges, what has been your strength, what are your weaknesses. When you start educating your children concerning this thing, you don't know the impact, the positive impact you are putting on them, on their own growth. Except a child is not emotional. Except a child, I don't know what category or what description, what adjective I can describe that child, that will not understand that my parent did her best. A point where, you see, once you are telling your child about your past, about your life, it should be something that you want to change. If there is any negativity in your life when you are talking to your children, don't tell your child about yourself and carrying a perspective that is negative, that is going to affect the child. For example, if your mother was a good cook and she has taught you as a man or a woman how to cook this soup, when you are talking to your child, you see you are putting a positive influence in that child. And the child will want to taste this soup, and it will become something that the child will also take and tell her own children when she's kind of, or when they are enjoying this meal. If you went through abuse, if you went through some kind of things, it's not every detail you will give it to your children. When you are raising your own children, those are the changes that you have to make. You have to kind of bring up to kind of not to repeat it with your children. And how do you do it? By maybe if you see that attitude, maybe you were a stubborn boy, they were always beating you. When you see your child behaving like that, all you have to do is not to beat the child the way you were being beaten up, but you can always let the child, correct the child. It's normal to smack, but always try to communicate corrections, communicate discipline with children, and let that child know that this, I understand you like this thing, but why don't you think you can be doing this particular thing once a week? If there are benefits to it or negative effects, let this child know. So when you express yourself, the child will be able to know. And when you do that, you are healing your own self from that behavior that your parents had left in you. So you will not be depressed or feel abused. When you are correcting somebody on that same aspect, you are also healing. So it's a very good doctrine, a good way to train a child. So the message here today is for parents who have children. You see the world today. What is happening is, in those days, though we used to have children that they used to hold their parents here to give them what they want. I used to see boys that would make their parents to sell land only for them to come abroad. They put you this pressure, peer pressure. Especially like those guys that used to come to America in those days. They will put your parents' pressure, they will go and sell your land and then send them abroad. So they don't take life a day at a time. Like this young generation today, you see children now, we as parents, we want to provide children with everything, even things that are not kind of exaggerated ones. So we want our children to have, because we believe that we are working the money. We don't we don't give these children any strength of growth. Like for example, if my daughter wants say a kind of phone that you know that you can give it, but sometimes there are times that not all wants has to be provided. If a child is not happy that she is asking for this thing, and you tell the child that you give your reason why you cannot afford that based on maybe your income, or you think maybe she doesn't need it at that time, and you see that the child is kind of putting a kind of behavior like she's not emotionally, she's down. It's good to allow children to go through that feeling of not getting what they want. When they go through that feeling, if you see your child not being happy because you have told the child that I cannot afford this, and give your reason, that will teach a child as a parent. If that child keeps staying in that mode, withdraws herself and stays as if she's not happy, as if you are keeping money that belongs to her. As a parent, allow your children to be in that mode so that they can be able to correct themselves and be good children. Because some parents, when you see a child is annoyed, okay, don't be annoyed, I'll buy it tomorrow. You go out of yourself. You go out of yourself to please your child. A child's happiness does not come from what you provide for that child. That is why you see like some children, some of our children, they look at wealthy children. What is wealth? Like I said, it's a mental thing. Because everybody can be rich, wealthy in his own way. So you see like we are abroad now. You send your children to school. We are coming from Africa. You have children of different backgrounds. Especially as there is this complex with maybe our race that we are less privileged. And then our children go to those schools with this impression that, okay, this is my white friend, because they are dropping this friend to school with a kind of car, or the girl is coming with excesses or some kind of clothes. They will believe that the children are better than them. So I am talking now of children, peer pressure, where your child will be looking at her friend and trying to be like the friend. She'll come home now and start putting a behavior to the parents based on what she has seen in school. If you come to understand this thing, you will see most of these children that we see them as wealthy children don't see themselves as wealthy children. Why do I say so? Because they have grown in wealth. So they don't see themselves wealthy. We are the ones that are seeing them as being wealthy. I have come to see that I am, like I said, poverty is the mentality. My own child is being appreciated by people that you would think maybe they would think are better than. So they want to be like her. Why? Because there is a rule I have with my children. Like I said, what I did not experience, I allow my children to experience it. My father was a police commissioner, the first West Cameroon, commissioner with 5 golden stars. You can imagine somebody that studied in Britain, came back, everything was so strict. So we grew in a kind of military setting, those kind of controls, order and everything. So why the changes I made now, that was, to an extent it was positive, but to an extent it did not give us room to kind of socialize. So the benefits there, what I learned from there that I had to make change in with my own children is that I had to expose them cautiously. So I know my daughter's friends, and when she goes out, I always want to find out how the outing went. I will know where she is, and I will want to know by the time she leaves the house when she's coming back. So that is how a parent can track a child. and then try to see how the child reacts when she comes back, when she meets friends. That glow in her is also good for the mind. So I will not take it that because my parents did, I want to know. This is another generation where we have to relax in our doctrine, in our upbringing of children. We don't have to be too like in those days. Though we know there are dangers out there, but we have to grow with them. We gave birth to them. The day they came out of our tummy is the day we started growing with them. So we have to be tracking whatever is happening in their lives. So it's not a life where you keep a child. A child's growth is not based on your emotions. It's based on how you set things and put restrictions, discipline, boundaries, and see how the child goes through it even in her own independence, that you are not there. It's like all the time a child wants to cross the road. You believe that the child must cross the road only when you hold the child's hands to cross. But you can still observe a child looking left and right and crossing. That's how you give a child's own confidence. It's not every time we want as parents to think that a child must only move a step only when we are available. There will be a time we will die and these children will still have to live their lives. So we should try to bring children up independently. So like as I was saying, these children that we see that they are better off, they envy our own children because we know how we have grown as a family, in Africa where we are always around our children. So though some of us have come abroad, we want to live like abroad people, we forget that fact that we have to bond with our children. There is no emotions. You see some of these children that you will think that their parents, especially these parents who are working longer hours, you will think that they are fine because they are living in big houses, they have big, beautiful cars. But go and talk one-on-one with these children. You will see that they lack, they are lonely, there is no life. They envy you who are living in the quarters. They are living in GRAs, in those places where they are celebrities. But these children, they miss love. Their parents are not even there to show them this love. They are just lonely. They envy the life that you are living in the quarter where rent is 1,000 euro. Yeah, they envy you. So that is what their parents are not aware. That's why I'm bringing this topic, to let parents know that riches does not give any child happiness. Riches, it helps a child to an extent, but it does not. It's not the purpose. It doesn't fulfill purpose. Because you cannot be a parent. You don't care about a child's emotional, psychological needs. So most of us, when we want to talk about our children, the only thing we talk about is what people can see as assets. You don't even talk about how you try to see whether this child, what makes the child happy. What is the child going through? We don't create that time with children. So these your children that you think that you are giving them everything are envying our own children. Our own children that you consider us as street people. They envy us because our children are free. They know a lot. They are cautious. They even know where danger is. Your children don't know danger. That's why if you die, they will die. Because you don't have time to teach them where there is danger. Our children, I don't want to say street children, but they are streetwise. Because we don't have certain boundaries that you are putting. We make sure that with our own education and kind of experiences, we allow them, give room to certain things. As a parent, no matter what your occupation is, if you don't have time for your children to see that you give a structure that benefits also your children emotionally and psychologically, you have failed. It's not only the time you say I'm taking you to piano lessons. I'm taking you to that. A child is not like a control remote. Let a child relax with those friends that you think are not up to your standard. That's where they have their strength. Because those are the children that will tell them the real thing about life. The other celebrities of yours that you think, my children don't go to Kwekwe. You see somebody who come to Europe is not allowing the child to mix up with people that they used to know because you think that they are not their category. I am in Europe. I want to give my child a standard. Europe can never give your children standard. I've lived in Europe. I have realized that it's our mentality we impact on our children that gives our children growth. It has nothing to do with your occupation. It has nothing to do with the wealth you have acquired. Training of child has nothing to do with excesses. It has a lot to do with creating a mindset for a child that a child will be able to succeed in future with or without you. It's not everything a child will come to you as a parent because you want people to know or you don't want the child to feel bad. Like I said, that period where a child feels lack of what she needs and doesn't get, that you have seen that are those excesses of children that are called spoiled children. If you don't correct as a parent, nobody will correct for you. So there are those things that you observe and hold on to it. Let a child know that it's not everything that must be put on the table. That's why some of you, when they are not beside you, they are useless. Ask yourself, why are those people that have this world, why are their children even hating on their dads or their mom? They are fighting. Go deeply and find out from. They don't have good relationship with their parents. I've done my investigation. I know what I'm talking about. I sit in my house and I hear it from the children that they mix up with. So I have come to see that, no, this is a topic I have to come up and let us talk about it and see how we can improve on how we do things. Also, you see a woman who has decided to say, I do to a man, tends to start comparing this man with ex or with another friend that she has seen. There is something I would advise men. Don't settle for any woman that you know does not know you and cannot tolerate you. When I mean tolerating, I don't mean your laziness. Don't settle for any woman who doesn't know your story. Because you can be at a point where you are growing. Once you set goals, you don't achieve goals in a day. A woman might meet you at a point where you think you have grown and she sees you as a good man but does not see growth, accepts you because of her selfish desires that I just want to own this woman against this man against any other woman, and starts making you feel that your friend is better because she doesn't know your story. So low self-esteem and our egoistic minds will always make us not to see where we are as success. You see a man that you just meet, there are some women, the only thing they know about their husbands is the color. My husband's best color, he likes blue. Okay, my husband, he likes his hair cut, maybe it's all shaved. That is not what identifies your husband. What identifies your husband is what are his strengths, what are his weaknesses, what has been that time of his life that he was down in your absence. How did he put himself together? Who has been that person in his life that has been carrying him all along when he was down? And you and there now to understand his past so you'll be able to know how to continue. That is how you know a man. That is what they talk about, long-lasting relationship. It's not anything other than that. It's not the food that the man likes eating. It doesn't end there. It's for that period of rainy days that when it comes up, when you are with him, you are already aware because of the questions you have asked him. You understand and know how to do it when those crises comes. Where there is lack, you know how to to kind of gyrate things and put things together. That is how you understand a man. So if a woman has not gone to that stage where she can even understand, you see, there is no book. Before you hear a book, no matter how lovely that book was written or is written, when you start reading a book, you will never understand the happy ending of that book when you start reading from the first page. That is why you see the happy ending is always at the last. How you see all these fairy tales, they'll tell you they live happily ever after. It is at the end. So when you start a journey with somebody, be ready to go through it. Through all those times where there will be struggles and it becomes your strength. Don't from the beginning, you want to make a man kind of live out of his own comfort zone. Though sometimes when we look at things out of our home, it broadens us and gives us knowledge on how to kind of be also on our feet in life. But it doesn't bring rules in your home. You cannot take what is happening in B's house, their rules, their discipline, their structure, to live in your own house. You make your own structure and grow from it. Like what you have. If you don't like what you have, you will lose it. Grow from you. Just like any child that has a parent, that you see that, okay, my parents are not like my friends. Appreciate them. And then you create a mindset for yourself that, okay, I will make my parents happy. Because there are things of them that if you are always comparing them to other people, you will not even be able to identify the good things they are doing to you or for you. Your parents are there, they care for you. You don't see it because they have not bought you a Lamborghini. A Lamborghini, if you love a Lamborghini, you will buy a Lamborghini. Put it in your mind that, yes, I have to study hard. I have to curtail this kind of lifestyle so that I can be able to make a business that I can put my goals and then achieve the life I want to live. If your parents have given you a basic, you can always grow. As I said, it has to do with your mindset. It has nothing to do with them. I am not really satisfied. I'm not really happy with. You can put food on your child's table. But while you are putting food on your child's table, don't forget to teach that child, when I am not there, that is how you continue putting food on your table. You see a man who will marry a woman because of interest, not love. Maybe he has another girlfriend that he loves, or to him is somebody that he loves. This is a woman you have. I'm talking about comparing. You go to get a girlfriend. You start telling the girlfriend that she is not the really woman I really wanted to marry. It's because of pity, because she was pregnant for me. I don't want to have children out of wedlock. That is why I decided to marry her. But my mind longs for you. You see, that's another comparing. So a man that can put his wife to that kind of, it's like putting your wife on a plate and exposing it outside, will always, it might be a recommendation or something you are using to get another woman, but I don't think in the actual sense you actually love your woman. Because for somebody that loves his wife, will not present a different image to a girlfriend. You will not even have a girlfriend at all in the first place. So you see, if you are whatever you are, give God thanks for whatever you are. You can always be. Look at people who don't even have hands like us, don't even have legs. They are making it in life. Then us who have these things, we start looking at others and we think that they are better than us. We start, you don't even, you see, it is very frustrating to be with a woman who doesn't compliment you, or a man who doesn't compliment you. You will do all sort of things. I wish we can put some men or some women to test where a wife would stop work for 3 years and let's test the love of the husband, or a husband will stop work, let's say for 6 months. Let's test the love of the wife. Because some people just love you because there is money. When there is no money, they don't love you. There are even some of our husbands who cannot go out with us. They want to go on functions. They just go without taking us because we don't look the standard that they think, you know. I don't understand how a man will be in his marital home and he's still telling a girlfriend or people that I don't feel comfortable. She's not the beautiful white person I was supposed to. You see, all these things is low self-esteem. Whoever you have, they say, there's this saying that monkey not like, you know, fine, but mama like him. There are even some parents who are not happy with their children because they compare these children with to other children because they believe that academic is the only route to success. Success has a lot to do even with your mental state. Once you can bring up a child that is emotionally upright, it's more than education. It's more than education. Let's begin to see success in a different way. It's not limited only to academics. It's also involves you bringing up a child uprightly, where a child can be able to integrate. Not that when a child sees people, the child is timid. A lot of children are like that, even the wealthy ones. They'll have children. Children cannot stand and kind of put themselves together like they are strong. Ring daddy and ask if we ring him. Sorry about that. So these are the kind of things that we are talking about. You see, there was this girl also I used to know. We never knew her house. She used to come and play with us, but she never took us to her house because they were living in a Carabao house. It took us time to even know that they were living there. So she would take us to a place and tell us that that's our house. Okay, people can go back. It was only when the father died. No, it was not the father that died. The brother. You know, when you are in primary school, when a student dies, they will bring the school. We go to represent the school. That's what used to happen in those days. So when we went there now, that was when, because the principal, we had to go there to sing peace, perfect peace, to pay our last respect. It was a Carabao house in Fiango that we went to, which was not anything bad. It's the best the parents could afford. But that child, because she was coming to meet us in Blockhouse then, it was a problem to her. So we should try to teach our children to be who they are. You see children coming to Europe, they start envying children who are the white people to say, maybe I'm having difficulties to integrate. I was supposed to be white. I wish my parents had me as white, or I wish I was my friend's mother. I've heard that thing in Europe. Let's teach our children to know that no matter what circle you are, if your friends are talking about things of wealth and things like that, the child just observe. Let us train our children how to be happy in their own zone, even without relating with people. Just being happy within yourself. It's very important. Your children must not be only happy when they are talking with people. They can be happy being on their own. And it starts by you setting an example. There are parents that they can never sit at home. From work, they are with friends. So what example are you setting? When I go to work, I come back here 2:30. I do part-time 6 hours. I come back here each day. When I come back here, if my husband is not in the house, he's at work now, but he knows my schedule. He knows that at this time my wife is doing this, my wife is doing this. But some of us, our wives don't know where we are after work. Sometimes even after work, we don't come straight. We pass to friends' houses. Our children cannot even talk about us. If your children are out of your house, they ring them and say, okay, this is out of work hours. Where can your father be? I don't know. You train children to know where you can be at what time. Get a routine that your family knows about it. Don't just live a reckless life and you want to educate children. That's why you see some children, they don't even like their parents because they have nothing to copy. It's not a good thing, but if you see that your father is not the way you wanted it to be, you can discuss with your father and say, Daddy, this thing you are doing, I don't think it's a good thing. It's good for me to emulate. I don't see it coming up as a good standard for me in future. Or if you think it is something he cannot change, you be the best of you and make a change in your own generation. You can even say to your children, my father used to be like this. I know it wasn't a good thing. I tried to change. Talk to these things so that your children know what are excesses. So those are the things I said I should bring. Or you meet your wife. You meet a woman that you have taken as a wife and she's not as romantic as your ex. You start want to go back to your ex, comparing it that, oh, I've left this woman, but this part, I don't want to leave it because of greed. Instead of teaching the one that you have and take it easy, that, okay, she can grow with it. You see, those things, they delay us. They affect us a lot. They become afflictions when we don't handle things rightly. Or you see your friend wearing human hair. You start disturbing your own husband. Give me human hair because he's responsible for you. No. You have to also be economical the way you, as a manager, you manage the home so you can have savings. Once in a while, it might be Christmas, depending on the budget. A lot of us are having problems with relationships because we mismanage money a lot. Once you can work on a budget, make 50, they say 50, 30, 20. 50 should be on needs. Things like kind of rents, paying of bills. 30 can go for maybe kind of food and other things. Then 20 can be for savings. So that savings also can still be to pay, 20 can also be to pay maybe loans you have and things. So try to structure things so that you don't keep fighting, or because there are some women, no matter what you give them, they are not satisfied. And you, the man, shouldn't stand in a position where you want to displease yourself because you want to please a woman who can never be pleased. So as a man, once you have a woman, don't always allow it that, okay, I'm working. Your money can never be enough if you don't manage it properly, no matter how much you earn. Because all for us who are living in Europe, just imagine you are earning 3,000 euro. 3,000 euro is just like a basic money. You are earning 3,000 euro every month. You have a house, you are paying maybe 800. Okay, your husband too is working. If you have 6,000, no matter how much you have for a month, if you don't structure it, it becomes useless. Because sometimes when we put these needs that are not even important as priority, they take the bigger part of our salary. I'll be sitting on shirt, oh, that shirt at 300 euro. You know that party now, I have to wear that shirt. And yeah, honey, it will be good with that trouser. You know those guys, they will be there now. So dress well. Before you know, 6,000 income a month, you've removed 1,000 only to dress your husband. You yourself, you see there will be deficit. Sometimes it's good to keep some small envelopes where you can put, there are some bills that have to go on direct debits. And there are some that you can, like post office, pay. So you can always have savings that you can be putting in envelope. If it's electricity, 30 euro each week, and see how you can, even though you have paid, start putting 30 euro each week, and by the time the next bill comes, it will not be heavy on you. So you must do planning. There is no successful home without planning. When there was a video I made that I said my responsibility more is budgeting. I do a lot of, I'm somebody that I'm a very critical analyzer. If I want to structure this home, I make, Ginash, you are welcome to the live. Please share. If I want to, I can't live without a budget. I cannot, because I hate lack. No matter how small the income of this house is, to some people it might be 4 people's wage. But I make sure that I put, there's every monthly page for this house. Since how many years there's monthly page. My sister Anastasia, you're welcome to the live, my beautiful sister. So you must always have a budget as a woman. And let your husband see this budget. Because I don't know how some husband and wife, they work. Once there is budget, my wage, my pay slip is reported every month. Not by force, it's by my liking. When you want a man to show you his pay slip, or bring his pay slip to the table, or his salary to the table, you must be able to bring yours. Bring your pay slip. Honey, this is the pay slip, because you want to make a budget. And majority of, most of the time, some women will say, my husband is this. It's because you are not open yourself. A man will give you money before they know it. You have caught, maybe, we don't say don't send money to your people, but you still have children who don't even have savings. If you look, a lot of people here in Europe, their children don't even have savings. They don't even have savings. I'm telling you people, you will not believe it. There are people, before their wages come, is finished within 2 weeks. That's a monthly wage. Their children don't have savings. They don't have anything. They have to wait for their salary before they buy something. They have to wait for their salary before they buy something. If every month, I have a file. Every month, this is July. I already have July budget of rents, of electricity, of car, of everything, fuel, everything is on the list. My dog, my dog is on the list. I just did his vaccination, his certain things, shaving him, grooming, everything according to is on the list. If my daughter comes and tells me that I want this thing, they already know that whatever they want, like shopping for the year, it is done in this month. It's done in this month. So there are things they cannot come and ask me. Because if I want to buy trainers, I don't just buy trainers. I buy trainers that can last. So if I buy you 2 trainers for the year, I'm somebody that I'm very strict on budget. Sister Noella, you're welcome to the live. My beautiful sister, please share. Let our people benefit from this topic. So as a woman, if you are running a house, you are not able to show budget to your husband, then you are failing. You are actually failing. You must have a budget where, even if your husband is tired, he doesn't want to see it, let him take the budget when you think he will have time. There is everything in this house on the budget. Even bean is on the budget, because there's monthly budget. I take responsibility of writing it, because I don't want lack. Because if milk is finished in this house, it's coming from that budget that is excesses. There is food budget. So we have food budget each month. Then the one that is excess, that is small, we put it. We used to have banks in this house, but it did not work. I prefer every month, as I collect my wage, I have the one that is transferred for the children. It doesn't matter how much it is. It might be 20 euro. But once you have it there untouched, imagine how old somebody is, how much will be accumulating there. And sometimes once you are not doing things that you have programmed, don't just go and do it. That's why me, I don't buy every time. You hardly see me in shops to go and buy. Once it's online, I don't buy online because I must see what I'm buying. If I'm buying a dress, I make sure that that dress I'm buying, I can wear that dress maybe 2 times. If I'm buying a dress so I'm not a good person that shops. If I want to shop, I've planned I can shop. If nobody will believe me. If I'm going to shop, I shop for children. I don't shop for myself. Because I'm very picky. If I want to shop for myself, I just don't, if something I don't like, I can't wear it. So people like me, you will hardly see me shopping. So I will have more of savings than spending. I don't shop. And most of the things, if you see me going to buy, I might just go to buy Cortex. I don't buy perfume. I don't buy jewelries. Those are things that I don't buy. Like I'm in a bling bling association where we get these blings. But if I want to buy clothes, I will not just go to a random shop to buy clothes, because when I wear the clothes, I might bring it to the house, I don't like it. So if the clothes will not make me carry my body, I don't wear it. So to find a clothes that will make me carry my body up is scarce. I have to do a lot of searching, go through magazine to see the quality of the clothes before I buy it. So I don't do online shopping. It's my children that do online shopping. So a woman like that is an asset to a man. The thing that can just make me spend like that is when it's something that is valuable. Then you will see me, I will just buy. But things like clothes, shoes, if it is not Spanish shoes, I will not wear it. It's not good leather, I will not wear it. So I will hardly shop. If I have my 3 good shoes, it's okay for me. If I have my 4 trainers, it's okay. Every time I will wear that shoe with my dress, I will look beautiful. So the most important is how you carry yourself. There's no point going to buy some things that before you know the heel is out. You are wasting money. So it's good you just spend to buy one good thing. Like now we are not growing again. So for a woman, you don't need too much. You can just be accessorizing, but you don't need to be buying every day. And you see some people, you go to their houses, you can't put your feet on the ground. There is no space. You sleep in people's houses, you will have nightmare. It's not that somebody is chasing you, it's the clutter that you see all around. There was a house I went, I tripped. I had ankle pain because I stepped on the shoes. This house you see like this is very empty. If I turn this camera here, you see sitting room. It's empty. It's empty. You go to my bedroom, there is no, our bedroom, it's only bed you see in the bedroom. There is no TV, no radio, no, I don't want those things. It's an empty room because I want my skin to breathe. There is nothing that is clutter. So all those things that we go and buy, we don't have use for them. Some of those things we buy and bring. So those are the things that reduces our budget. Or your parents. I've seen parents who compare their children with other children. You see, a parent will tell you, this child has sent the mother car. You know, we used to hear those stories that children will tell their parents that Emeka has bought his father a house. Your parents now will put you under pressure and make you feel that you have to also do like Emeka. You can guide your child to make the child understand that success is not instant. You don't know what Emeka did to have that car. You see a lot of them now in prison. So Emeka now your son will want to find out from Emeka, how is Emeka making it? Because my parents are putting me pressure. I'm under pressure to make them to have a fame in the quartier because our neighbors are talking about me in the quarter. Emeka now will go and link you now to a cult or to drugs. You see how parents, how we can also compare and involve our children in wrongdoings, which is not good. Like me, I don't have any skeleton in my cupboard. I told my children, this is how I grew. No legacy. Whatever you see is like this. This is my wage. I don't have anything. I tell my children, as much as you are my children, I don't make you feel as if I will become a burden to you. I'm also trying to be happy while I'm raising you people. I can't be raising you people and sad. I've seen parents who are raising children and they are uncomfortable. Why are you raising children and you cannot even look beautiful? Why are you raising children you cannot even dress up? Why are you raising children you can't even look, you can't smile? Children are not burden, they are blessings. Let your children understand that no matter what you are doing for them, you still have time for yourself to look beautiful. You still have time for yourself to do your nails. You still have time. That is how you teach them. Whatever they see, the children learn from what you see. They see you doing. You cannot be teaching. You see, sometimes we will say, "Oh, this child, my daughter." If you call her now as a casual child that is going around, you will not believe the way you will see her, because she sees her mother all the time looking nice. She's looking neat. She copies it, because when she goes out of here, you hear, "I saw your mom. Oh my God, she was like this." She too will not want to be left behind. Yeah. I've never seen somebody appreciating the mom like my own children telling me, "Mommy, you are beautiful. Mom, you are this." It's only from you they can learn. Don't take it that because you are looking after children, you have one bra for 3 years. No. Let them know that it is a normal thing. It's not a burden. They are not burden to you. That's why you see some parents, the way they intimidate children, it's as if they are carrying cross on their head, taking care of their children. So the children now will not want to like responsibility of children because they saw that their mother was never happy. So we are talking about comparing in relationships. My husband wants to buy me a 2007 car. He has worked so hard. I don't want a 2000. Amen. No, thank you, my dear sister. You see, I want to be like your mom. Your mom used to be somebody. She's my role model. Because I always see the way she packaged herself. So I love her so much. So you see, I'm talking about, you see, I just went off a bit. So you see, the way we live our lives, that is the same way. You see, our children, they watch us, they see how we present ourselves. They feel our emotions. You see, sometimes you don't tell children the truth. You see a child, for example, a child will have a dog. The dog dies in the absence of the child. You tell the child that the dog went to this place. What will be in that child's head is just anxiously waiting for that dog to come back. Teach your children how to feel, even in pain. See how they go through pain and emotions. That's what strengthens them. Let the child know in a way that, oh, it just happens that this. Take a time where you see your child is fine, and let the child know the dog has passed on. Let the child know. So you see how you can bring out emotions of the child and let the child understand, so that the child is used to grief. The child is used to difficult times. Because some of us, our children don't go through difficult times. When they want something we can't provide, they start showing tantrums. We start going to our bank accounts to take the last small savings we have because her friend has this thing, she wants to have it. No. It took 3 or 4 years for this dog to be in this house. My daughter was always comparing, saying, I'll go to work with this, my friend, she has a dog. I looked at myself, I said, how much will I carry to go and buy a dog? The dog came at the right time. I don't want a dog that sheds fur. I don't want those things because I'm very allergic to death. This house, if there's one sand at the end of the wall, I must pick it. No matter how this house is being cleaned by my husband or my daughter, I still go around to check the corners of the windows that might be having cobweb. So if I have to have a dog, this dog is already trained, doesn't poo in the house, doesn't wee, comes and touches me. If he's hungry, before I always come here, I give the dog food because he knows I'm talking to people, so he cannot come and disturb me. He will go and touch somebody else to ask for food if he doesn't have food on his dish. So that is how you train children. Okay, before I was talking to my sister, I've just thought of what I was saying. Let your children know what pain is all about. Some children don't know, they've never felt pain, they don't know what it's all about. Sometimes you sit and tell your children when your mom died, how it affected you. They will share in that grief without you realizing it. And then they'll be able to let you know it's okay, she's gone. You try to see how your child reacts when you are down. Some parents don't even know. You see a child, you'll be talking to the child something. You ask the child the next time, didn't I tell you? You didn't tell me, I forgot. Just imagine things that concern you that are so personal. Your child is always telling you, I've forgotten. Because the child doesn't concentrate. You don't bring a child to know what are things that can make a child grow. So once you are always, the child always sees you and doesn't know anything about you because you never said it in a way that will impact something positive in that child's life. So we as parents, we have a big role to play. Sometimes we want our children to do certain things. For example, I want you to become this. A child chooses a field. You are not happy about what your child has chosen. Does not make you not to appreciate the other aspects of that child that you like. Can make a child to come and say after some time and see that Daddy, this course that I did, I think it's the way you talk to a child that the child can beg you. We should not always see ourselves in our children. It's what we want that our children must do. Because I'm talking about comparing yourself, your children now with other children. Me, what did I do? When my first daughter wanted to go to university, my own role in children's life, a lot of people saw me as a woman that was not a good mother. Like I said, my daughter started doing her makeup when she was 9 years. I bought everything for her. She was the one that taught me now I can even do my own, though it's not best, but at least I can come out doing something for myself. When I don't tell a child, at least I will put you, they went through good schools, but when it got to university, I will ask, what do you want to do? I want to do this and that. Okay. The best I will do for you is provide you with all the necessary things. Make sure you are emotionally upright. In the course of that, I wanted to do makeup business and this. I bought everything here. I have some contacts with some beauty people that I used to do this thing with them. Cosmetics stuff, they used to come and take me to do this thing on magazines because they say I have glowing skin. So they give me all those coupons, I have those things. I sent to her. People will say, hey, a child is studying. We Cameroonians, we Africans, we have a very big problem I've noticed. We put food in our children's mouth. It's good to put food in your children's mouth, but try to make children to be a bit independent. Try to see what talent they have. Because this child asked this thing. I said, okay, I have this opportunity, even though I bought some of the things, but let's watch and see what the child can bring out. I bought that. This one also said I wanted. I bought. you see, you don't always listen because the child is going to school, no distraction. No. Children even study more when they can also do other things. It's good for the mind. A child must not just be fixed in education, and then when not education is you want to turn somewhere, there's nothing important in the child's brain. Dancing, music, they can dance all these things. I will buy good things that they can use, but I know I'm watching. There are things I'm still watching and saying that, okay, no, for this part, no. For this part, no. But those things that can improve them, to make them better than me, I don't limit it. So as parents, you must be able to tell your children the truth. Let them know that, okay, life is like this. Some of us, we don't tell our children the truth. We make children to feel that we are fine. Something will come, a child will need money you don't have. Yes. You are dressing well, your child is seeing you. The child is patient because you are enjoying your own wants. Something will come up now. A child will finish school. You don't even have money to send the child to driving school. Or a child wants to get married. You don't even have something to put down that this is what I'm supporting you. Because you are living a bling-bling life. You are living a bling-bling life. I'm against children who come to parents to borrow money. Especially if those children are not children who are disciplined. Always teach your children to start from somewhere. Money is not something that you just put on a child's table and see what a child can do, then you can promote a child. But don't always put, majority of children that they always give them money, they misuse this money because they don't know how you got the money. So it will always be, hey, my sister, don't worry, you can always watch it. You can always watch it. You're welcome. At least I'm happy having you here. So it is always good for us parents to let our children know. If I think I bought a shoes. I think I bought a shoes after how many years I have not bought shoes. But when I buy this shoe, it can stay like 10 years because it's good shoes. So if it's not something, so we should try to, the way we live our lives, the children look at us and live the same life and know how to let a child know that there are boundaries in things, that not everything, because they are in Europe, you just want to provide everything. We don't tell our children that this generation, I don't know how we are going to survive the way we are bringing up children. This generation, I don't know how we are going to survive. If you are living that life that you want your child to see life as a fairy tale, you are in problems. If you don't suffer it, your children and generation will suffer it. I was watching, you will hear nowadays, you see people are coming abroad. Parents are selling their land that their husbands must have left because their sons, they want to make it in life. They will come now and give money to agents that are terrible. You see, all this legacy will just go. It's good if the son is coming in a genuine way. But you see, I hear a lot of people are stranded in other countries because children are anxious to make it now. Let children know that success is gradual. It's gradual. We put it on check and progress it. Don't we always make children to think that money is just so something you can just walk on the street and pick it. I'm not a primitive woman. I'm educated at my own level, but I still make children to know. My child cannot come and ask me money anyhow because we work on a budget. Once that budget is gone, you can't come and ask me money. You have to wait for the next budget. Train children to put themselves in that period of lack where they can wait. Because if you don't train your children to understand that they can wait, I don't know what kind of parents we are. A child will come to you as if the child is at gunpoint. You just go and borrow money, go to your meeting, go and take money, go and do this, go and do this. No matter what my children ask me, I know I've fulfilled school, health, everything. They have phones, they have this. I did one day, I took 5,000 from my account just to buy phones for my 4 children. It was like a story, because even their friends were seeing it. I did that as the phone that the next phone will be bought by their husbands. You cannot come and ask me a phone again, because I know from that phone you will learn a lot of things. So whatever you ask me, because you think that I want to just ask my mom, no. At the time you are asking me, I will buy something for myself that will be like legacy, that you will see it. You will know that your mama is not mumu. Some of us, our children, have wind up and we are very displaced. We cannot control ourselves when our children are concerned. No, you must be in charge when it has to do with finances. Your children cannot rule your finance, because you are the one that is responsible for them. The day there is a problem, now you don't have money. Your bank account is only reading when you go to collect your salary. Your bank account is only reading. I had an opportunity to buy a house. Somebody just called me within 2 weeks. I went and bought the house. A 5-apartment house. At least my caretaker is here watching his madam. That's how life is. You don't just live life because of children. You want to do whatever they want. A child that is not even working, you are buying people shouldn't just misunderstand me. You can always do whatever you want to do. But don't remove money in your bank account, buy something for your child, and then the bank account is 0. Within 1 week, I just heard of an opportunity of 5-apartment house. I bought it. This is money that I've been keeping for a long time. I don't care whether my child has asked me for this thing, because I know what I'm doing, that I'm doing right. So I'm doing it for my own self and also for them. So that is how you live your life. Live your life in control, because you are the one securing this future for them. You cannot be earning 3,000. In Europe, 3,000 is like a basic salary. Even when you have 3,000, you have to be very cautious. It's not enough. A month and a monthly money. It's very risky to be earning 3,000 and you are mismanaging your money. I show them that is what I don't have much, but I have to make sure that even ice cream van person, I can just say, okay, there's coin in my purse. But don't come and ask me anything more than ice cream van. Chinese rice, we eat it when it's birthday. We don't just sit and buy Chinese rice. No, I cook for them. Then I know that it's like this till month end. I know they have their yogurts. They have something that is very necessary that will give them a healthy body. But excesses, no. Chocolate, you'll not see in this house. All those biscuits, all those things, you don't see it. If it's not healthy, you will not see it in this house. Because it's not because they are cheap in the shop. So that's how I live. Once you cannot plan, some people will think that to do something you must take. No, do your things quietly. The day you act, people will be surprised that, hey, this person that will, yes, that's how it is. Go slow, go quietly. The more you don't even talk, the more you put yourself together. It's the best time for you to think about your life and how you go about savings. So the number is there. Whoever wants to call and contribute to this topic can always call and then give us your own contribution so we can also learn. We are talking about comparing in relationships. We have talked about how our children want to compare themselves with friends. This ethnic thing where you want to be like a white person because you think they are better than you. You are looking at a richer family and think that the children are better when the children are even looking at you. They don't have emotions. Most of them, they don't have. They lack this intimacy we are doing with our own here. So those are the things. So those are the things that are very. So those are the things that you see. She likes her mommy. Those are the things that we must train our children to know. And my purse, my handbag is always here. You can't remove 1 cent. If you remove 1 cent, I know that you have removed 1 cent, because each money that is in my bag, it can be how much. My bag, I don't go out of this house without money in my bag. I'm not saying for somebody to rob me, but I'm just saying that while it's loitering there, no child can carry money from it, because I don't take it lightly. I don't want to know whether it's €2. I don't take it lightly. Because when you are disciplining children, you give them, let them know, create allowance for them, but make sure that what belongs to the house is not touched, because you are the manager of the house. And my husband trusts me in that. He knows that my wife is like this. There is no day there will be lack or shortage of food, because I plan it till the end. So if somebody is calling me from wherever and saying I need money, I cannot take the balance of food money to give you. Whatever is in the account is reading for something else. So we can always set short-term and long-term goals of what we want to do. It's not wrong in telling somebody I don't have, because you are planning your own life. You can never satisfy people and displease yourself. No matter how you are trying to help people, you have to keep your own self protected. It doesn't mean even if they are your children. Because once children know you have this weakness, they will always be running to you for money. Papa, I've seen this line. They say it's a genuine line. Papa, you've gone to your contribution, to your meeting, and borrow money. Papa, the line is knocked. There is this other line. I need this line. I want to move. My friends have gone. You go and sell land. That's why some of us, when they die, it is always involving our contribution to contribute before they bury them. It doesn't mean they don't bury them, but the way they will go to their maker, I think if it's their maker is good, but the way they will go, because the children have finished them and everything. You see, majority of parents who have high blood pressure today, some of them are from children. Responsibility. You have a small income, you will not say, okay, let me just have 2 children. You want to go and carry another 3rd wife. Why will you not have high blood pressure? So if there's anybody who will want to send requests, you can always send your request, or you call through that number. You call through the number and give. I would like to hear your own contributions about this comparison thing, comparing in relationships. There is always success for everybody. You have to exercise patience. Don't always think that you must get married to a man who has made it. People have potentials. Tap into it and see how you grow with somebody. If you are lucky to have a man who is already a ready-made man, you still need to have wisdom to keep that ready-made home. Once you have a life without patience, without structure, you can never succeed in life. You see some people going up and down borrowing. They cannot live without borrowing. Why are you borrowing? It's not bad to borrow, but don't make it a habit. It's not as if you are not earning a salary. You are earning a salary, I'm earning a salary, but you are always running to me to borrow. It's not a good structure. Live according to your income. If your income is not enough, do something else. If you cannot do job, try to do something like a handwork that can bring you more money. There are online businesses and jobs now you can sit in your home and do to increase your wage. You must not be looking at other people's pockets. If they don't give you, you are offended with your friend. She too has her own problem. I don't go to borrow money. I don't borrow money from people. I don't even like that habit. It's a bad habit. I can give people. Most people who have borrowed money from me, I didn't take it back. I don't want to know how much it is. If I'm not ready to give you, I don't care if it's 1 million. If I am not ready to give you, I will not give you. I will not even want to borrow you. Because I believe by the time you came to me, you didn't even have. So if you want to borrow money from me, I don't want to know, but if it is something that I know that will help you, I will give you that money. Because when you come to me and say, please help me with, for example, 200,000, I want to do this as a loan. I don't like those kind of things. If it's going to help you, I will tell you I don't have now, but I'll put you in my plan. I'll be happy to see that you are progressing. There was somebody who was asking for money. At the end of the day, the person used it to go and buy shirt, and somebody just told me, look at this person in the bar with a woman. The woman is eating fish. She's just drinking Fanta. He says he's on fasting. You see, this is money you could have taken to even open a small something and be selling. We just want things. People want to live on people. I don't like people who come to somebody to ask money that they themselves can struggle and work, because everybody is struggling. Nobody can say I'm self-sufficient. If you hear anybody saying I'm self-sufficient, then I don't understand what self-sufficient is, because you have to have something that you can say, you know, even if you are giving to people, but try to give cautiously. Don't let people take, because this money, when it is going carelessly like that, it doesn't come back. Anything can happen to you. It's better you even give to somebody that tomorrow the person can look at you and say, well, this person is down, this person really helped me, or this my business I've done, is this person that helped me. It's good to help people who want to invest. Don't help people who just want to enjoy. I don't help people like that. There's nobody that will ask me for money. I don't ask you why you want the money, because you have asked me, except it is sickness. But when you just ask money that is not health related, I want to know if it's business. I will still tell you, okay, I don't think 200 is okay if you want to start business. I believe that, okay, give me 6 months. I can try to assist you like this. Then I want to know, you know, then you have it in your mind that you have helped somebody. But not somebody will call you for 50,000. In Cameroon, you give. For what? You are giving 50,000 for what? Some people will even send 30,000. Why are you sending somebody 30,000? They say give people, teach people how to fish. If somebody asks you money, it doesn't mean you must send the person 50,000. If you see it is not for health, tell the person that no. You say you want to do this business, but this money is not enough. Give me 1 year, just be struggling. I will come back to you in 1 year time. You can plan even 300,000 in 1 year for that person. And say, okay, do this one. If it's buy and sell them or okrika you want to sell. But don't just be giving 20,000. It's not of no use. Somebody will call you, please give me 30,000. If it's 30,000 that the person wants to use to do something of school, is different. But somebody who is not even going to school is asking you that I don't have food to eat. That's bad luck if it's not your parent. A friend will call you, I don't have money to eat. Say, you don't have money to eat. Take it that you didn't get me on that day. But what are you doing in life? I want you to do something. What kind of thing can you do? Okay, I can do this one. Okay, give me this time. I'll see how we can do something. Somebody will come and drop the money to you. Not that I'm sending the money through you. The person can even help you to buy those things. Help somebody that when you go and sleep, God will add to your own, because you are not thinking of getting it from this person. That's why we have been helping people, because they don't even put it. You are giving somebody money to feed when you yourself, you are feeding under rented accommodation in a country where it's not even your father's land. So we should help people to grow, so that they should not be looking at us and comparing. I don't compare myself with anybody. I live my life a day at a time. I don't care. I don't care how my life is, but I'm okay with it. If somebody looks at me and says she's not beautiful, my mother likes me like that. She's of blessed memory, but she likes me like that. If you are my child, you don't like me like this because you think I'm not beautiful enough. I'm happy being what I am. So that's how life is. If you are somebody that is like that, your child says, I cannot present. No, you have given birth to a child that has 2 eyes. So live your life and be happy. As much as we are not living our lives to be happy, to fulfill purpose, but we should try and make sure that we are in the right place when doing things. So if there is nobody who is coming, I think we have talked much about this topic on how comparing in relationships. Don't compare anybody. Whoever you have as a wife is the best God has blessed you with. Whatever you don't have, take it like something that has to grow. If you have a husband, don't look at what he is doing today. You don't know about tomorrow. The people you tend to reject, have you ever heard of the stone that the builder rejects will one day become the chief cornerstone? So the way you will inspire somebody, you will support somebody, will bring the best out of that person. There are some women who have never told their husbands, I'm proud of you, honey. Yeah. Because you don't always see what the man is doing as somebody that is like a madman you have. So how can you attract blessings? Always praise somebody so that somebody is going to work. Wish the person well. What you proclaim is what you attract. That's why I will always be happy. Somebody can look at me and say, look at the car she's driving. Somebody once told me that the car I'm driving, I'm too much to be driving that car. I'm not a teenager. That somebody can use words to deceive me. Car is not my problem. If it depends on what eye you see me. Somebody told me, one woman, that woman is in her 80s. She was the one that said that to me. She saw a black girl. I'm telling you, the people, this thing is a real thing. She saw a black girl. The way I dressed and came out of my car. She went and told me to go and buy 2022 car. That my car, I'm more than that car. That's a woman who told me that in her 80s. It was a compliment. I took it for a compliment. Because where I went, I actually, I'm sorry to say it, I just wanted to, me, I'm somebody that I like show business. So not in a negative way. I just like to, it's part of me being happy. So when I park my car, by the time I put one of my foot out of the car, I opened the door while I was taking my things out. So only the way she saw my legs down, I came out. She could not believe. She said, oh my God, I wish you could get a 2022 car. Is 2022 car not fading? When you put the value in things that don't matter. She was pressing 2022 car. That was in March. 2022 car. People are aspiring down the road now for 2023 car. I told her I will buy the car, but I've not seen her since then. I will tell her that money that you wanted me to buy a car, where you are seeing me buying car, I've bought something else that is better than the car. I'm still using my car. The day that God will say, okay, this is the car I want you to drive. By the time I handle that car now, you will say I'm intimidating you. You will say I'm intimidating you. It doesn't change who you are. Because by the time you go to sleep, you leave that car out, you enter the house. By the time you go to sleep, you take off these things. You go to bed without these things. Vanity upon vanity. Happiness is from within. If we can be able to bring out our happiness from within, we will live the best life and happy life ever. Happiness doesn't come from the things, it's good to have those things. but it doesn't come. As I finish with you people like this, I will remove this thing. So if you are looking at me and admiring me, it's good to admire me, but look at the substance that I carry. That's what is something that is important. It's not all these things that are here. Yeah, we do it, but at the moment I put this thing off, I will not be wearing what I'm wearing. I will just zip it down at the back and go and have my shower and put on my pajamas. So we shouldn't be looking at it. These are the things that the devil will use to deceive us from our purpose. I will see that, oh God, I will tell you people, maybe by November, I pray God I change my car. I will go towards her place so that she can see me coming out of that. If she sees me coming out of that car, she is going to run, because why would she run? Because the fire I will carry when I'm coming down of the car. That's why God is not blessing me with a car yet, with that kind of a car yet. God wants me to be putting my life together so that when car comes, it crowns. It is still not going to give you happiness. Happiness is from here. The one that when you walk, you get it. You are not going to be owing people, owing bills that you can't pay. You are in a house, electricity, landlord is fighting. They are writing you letters of 14 days to pay. 14 days to pay. Do your things normally, pay your bills, live one day at a time. God, the day God will bless you, all those things will come, you will not even believe it. So thank you all very much. I'm happy. At least we have shared in this thing, and we know that whatever we do, we should impact lives. Train your children a way that they will not go out there and start looking at other people. That is what I do. A lot of your children will not be happy the way you are talking to them. Don't always feel that I don't know how to bring up my children because I don't want them to be offended by what I want to say to them. No, it will be legacy for them tomorrow. You see a child, you want to correct a child because of what the child is living some kind of excesses. You want to correct this child. The child now starts making as if you are the worst mother or the worst father. No, tomorrow, the child will always say, my father at least. This what he used to say used to disturb me, but at least. Let your children have something positive that is not what they like, that change them to be the right person. Let them have those things in their mind that they can say, yes, at least my father disciplined and brought us up the right way. Train your children the ways of the Lord so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it. Forget about how they feel about it, provided you know you are doing the right thing. But don't do it in an abusive way. Do it in a way that they will be able to, it will be like something they can also help their children. Thank you all very much. I'm so happy that you people were here and have heard my own part of my own story and what I could express. It might not be enough, but at least it's added to what you people know. So it broadens us all and creates this awareness for us to know that comparing, see your husbands as a blessing, see your wives as a blessing. Love them. When you love, it radiates a lot of things. Love is like light. When you love a man, the response comes differently. When you love a woman, the response comes differently. When you start looking at your own, what will people say? You start not seeing the blessings you have in front of you. And every man will be tired. Why am I keeping a woman that is not appreciating me? Why am I keeping a man that is not appreciating me? So let's appreciate our own. If your parents are able to give you a thatch house, that's the best they can do. Build your own. Be better. At least that's what we learned from our parents. Our parents built thatch house. We will build Carabao house. Our parents build Carabao house. Our children will build block house. Our children build bungalow. The other ones will build story building. That's how it is. Please, we should take it easy with the people we are with in relationship, our children. Let's guide them. Your child can be a disabled child. It doesn't mean that the child is not human. Let's put all our best in whatever we do, in whoever we care for. Your parents can be sick now. You are spending money to take care of their health. It will pass one day. The day they are gone, they send you, they go with blessings. They leave you with blessings. So don't, whatever situation you find yourself, don't be anxious. Take it as it comes and make sure you handle it with the fear of God. Thank you all very much. I love you. We'll be coming up with other topics that are good. You're welcome, Sister Henriette. I love you all. Bye.